name's Audrey Ablett, I'm 64 and I'm now living in Sunderland. Well, I'm retired now, recently, but I used to be an adult and child mental health nurse. Qualified in 2008, so that's how many years? Obviously maths isn't a necessity when you're a mental health nurse. And I was an adult mental health nurse up until about 4 years ago, and then I became a children's mental health nurse. There's no difference in the problems, there's no difference in the things that the situations and the mental health illnesses. You get anxiety, depression in adults and children. Obviously, I didn't see schizophrenia or bipolar because these things sort of develop later in life. But not really much difference in adults and children in how you deal with them. The same empathy, the same compassion. The biggest difference I found in children was risk and safeguarding, massive in children. It happens in adults, definitely, but much more so. I actually had to refer someone for safeguarding and had to go through the safeguarding process. Ended up in child protection. I had to attend child protection meetings where everybody was involved, social workers, school, parents, and I found that, I wouldn't say difficult, but quite harrowing. Whereas in adults, I didn't have any safeguarding issues. Obviously people with mental health do have safeguarding, but not like this. That was quite difficult. I found that it did impact on me quite a lot, that experience. Well, it was decided for me, ill health. I planned to work as long as I could, but unfortunately, due to ill health, I've had to retire really. When I lived in Sunderland in about maybe 97, 98, I saw an advert in a shop window asking for volunteers to work with a 4-year-old girl who had quite severe autism. I think I've always been interested in psychology, what makes people tick, why people do what they do. So I did that and I volunteered. It was for 2 hours, and there were several volunteers, and we used to be in a room with her and just play with her. And they used to video everything, and it was part of, I think it was called a Sunshine program that they'd been to in America, and it was to help this little girl. Then we were moving, obviously I found out, my partner at the time had a job in Coventry, so we had to move. And at some point they said they had funds and they were going to offer us money, but I was I sort of was no, I volunteered, I don't want the money. And they were I think shocked about that. But when I left, they gave me this, because they knew I wouldn't take anything, this beautiful little, it's like a stone. I've still got it, it's in the kitchen, and it's got gratitude carved into it, and I've still got it. Then we went to Coventry, and then that spurred me on to want to work with mental health. And I was a healthcare assistant, then I thought, no, I want to be a nurse, and the rest history, but that's where it started. And in 2016, I was coming out of the scullery, and I walked straight into that, I've gone cold, I walked straight into that whole family, and the dad said, Audrey, and I was like, oh, you must think it's my sister because she looks like me. And he went, no, Audrey, I know who you are, I've gone ghosty. And it was them, and there she was, this lovely grown-up girl. And they cried, I cried, and I said to her, you're the reason I went into mental health nurse. That's how it all started. And it was very emotional, and now we follow each other on Instagram. It's literally as I stepped out the door, they were coming in. It was just meant to be. So it had a nice ending. Like I say, we keep in touch now on Instagram. Yeah, but that's what started it all.